Guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome, 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 one and all. Welcome, welcome. Guys, the title of this video is Why is Sex with a Narcissist So Freakish? Oh gosh, the narcs. Always something. Guys, listen, if you're new to the channel, my name is Mind Power. People call me MP. On this channel, we turn our pain into possibilities and power. We turn our shame into solutions and services, okay? So listen, let's just dive right into it. The narcissists are not like you and me. The narcissists abandon themselves as children due to some trauma. They gave up on themselves. They gave up their identity because of some suffering, some really bad trauma. They abandoned their true selves. In exchange for that, they took on a false identity. And so once they entered into the real world, they stepped outside into the real world, they had to create these little frames of references. This is a term I came up with to describe how the narcissist gets along. When the narcissist meets you, they do a snapshot of you. They take a photograph of you, and from there on, they refer to that frame, the idealized photograph of you, how you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to interact with them, a standard. A blueprint for how you're supposed to operate from there on for the rest of your life. But they do this frame of references, a snapshot for everything in the world. When the first time they went to an office to go to work, they did a snapshot. They idealized how should they interact with the office. And so when they interact with you, they interact with you as an internal object, right? Inside their minds, they're interacting with you, not with you in person, not with the person in front of them, right? And so this goes into a lot of different reasons the narcissist is so particular and why they operate the way they operate. But a part of it, which is essential to this discussion, is that as a result of when they abandoned their true selves, they gave up on the emotional side of them that has empathy. With empathy comes love, understanding, creativity, insight, compassion for others, etc., etc. And so as a result of giving up on that side, they gave up on that emotional side of their beings. There's nothing. They have absolutely no empathy, guys. There's nothing in there, right? So once they abandon that side of them, they gave up on empathy. And the reason they gave up on empathy is because when they go out in the real world, and they encounter people at Walmart, people at the grocery store, or wherever, they had to adopt a false persona to interact with these people, because if they walked up to someone and someone's with a baby and the baby's crying and the narcissist starts laughing or looking like you're freaking annoying me or something like that, the person would get upset with them. But really and truly, that's, if you look inside the narcissist's mind, that's how the narcissist would feel. Like, why don't you shut that baby up? What the hell is that baby doing here? Is how the narcissist would think, because they lack empathy. You guys understand? So without empathy, the narcissist couldn't function in the real world. And so they had to create this false persona, and that's why they have to do a snapshot of the world and interact with it instead of interacting with you in real person, because that's a lot safer for them. I hope that makes sense. So what does this have to do with freakish sex? All right, this is why you're here. Let's get into it. Guys, when the narcissist meets you, now there are different types of narcissists, but this applies to just about all of them, except for the I would say it kind of applies to all of them, right? The cerebral narcissist is really not sexual. It's really an asexual being. Any of you out there, you could drop a 1 in a comment if you agree with me, but they're normally asexual. They don't need to have sex at all. Cerebrals are mainly intellectuals. They're in their heads a lot. They're thinking analytically. They think they're the greatest gift of God. And so they have to theorize and come up with computations and theories and all this stuff. And their aggrandizement, their ego is so large in that capacity. They spend a lot of time being grandiose about how inflated their intellectual side of them is. And that is their sexual manifestation. They don't need to have intercourse. They have intercourse in their head. Okay. But the other two narcissists, the somatic and the covert, they will get intimate with you, and not intimate. They'll have intercourse with you. Let's call it that. Definitely not intimacy. All right. So why is intercourse so freakish with the narcs? Right. There are two reasons. One, they lack empathy. Right. And two, they lack intimacy. Right. The both go hand in hand. Empathy equals intimacy, right? To be intimate is an exchange, right? Or to be empathetic is an exchange, right? I have to empathize, feel I have to feel your pain or get some understanding from you on a particular topic. Let's say we're about to make love. For you to trust me, to become intimate, right? So the narcissist also rejects intimacy because they view it as a sign of weakness. They view it as a challenge to their superiority. If you try to get intimate with a narcissist, they will shun you if you're uninvited. Intimacy is a one-way street for them. And the reason for that is they view you as an object, an internalized object. Remember the snapshot? So that is why that's why sex is such a roller coaster with them, because when the narcissist is having sex with you, it is intense at times because they lack intimacy, right? And so it's sometimes the most intense sex you will encounter, but that's because they've objectified you. They don't view you as a person. You're just a tool. And that's why sometimes you feel like you're a tool, is because they lack intimacy and they also lack empathy. And so that's why you'll see narcissists on the edges of sexual perversion when you encounter them, particularly the somatic narcissists. They're into some deep stuff. There are no bounds. They will go to the end of the lines sexually. We're talking from gentlemen's clubs all the way down to freakish orgies, group sessions. Everything with the somatic is a go, male or female, it doesn't matter. Those are the ones, and also they're extremely, they have a high propensity for cheating. These are the ones who cheat on you, give you STDs, get other women pregnant. If it's a female, she'll be cheating with other guys. She'll pack her bags and leave her husband overnight because of some good D. This is what we're talking about. She will just pack up and leave because she's getting satisfied across the street with some guy she just met named Larry the Cable Guy. Okay, so those are two reasons why sex is such a rush with narcissists, is because they lack intimacy and they lack empathy. If they don't care about you, you're just a tool for them. There are four things a narcissist really needs in life. One is supply, services, sex, and safety. Those are the four things they need to survive. Supply and sex are right up there at the top, followed by services, something you could provide for them. And one of the things you do provide for them is sex, okay? So you're just a tool to the narcissist. You're nobody to them. All right, like and follow, share this video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.